Hey y'all, you have not seen me or heard from me for a very long time. We are back in the US. We have been back for a few months now. We've been back since August, and so much has happened since the last time I uploaded. So, I want to share about the decision to return to the US and what inspired that. So, I know a lot of you guys want to move to Ghana or making plans to move to Ghana. It's exciting, it's exhilarating, how nice for it to be able to live in your home country, live life the way you want to, work on your own pace, have control over your time ultimately is what a lot of us are after. And also safety, safety and freedom for the kids. I know my kids enjoyed the freedom they had in Ghana. It was amazing. We went through the journey of building the house. When the house construction started, or when the vision to build in Ghana started, it was a family vision, wife, husband, children. That was the vision. But along the way, COVID happened, marriage fell apart, got divorced. Kids are with me full time, have been for the last 3 years. I still continued with the building process. I enjoy the process of building my house. It's a lot of headache, a lot of issues to deal with, not understanding, the psyche of the people in Ghana. That was crazy. I'm telling you. I shared a lot of those stories with you. We arrived in Ghana July of 2021. It was so much fun. The decision was to go for a little bit of a mental break from everything that was happening. It was chaotic. Right around the time that I decided to move to Ghana with the kids, the same week that we moved to Ghana. Let me stand here for a second. I'm taking a walk. The same week we decided to move to Ghana, that same week, my company called and said, hey, your office is still open. When are you coming back? And I said, I'm coming for us to have lunch and we'll discuss. They had no idea I was going to tell them I sold my house and I'm moving to Ghana, Yeah, that was wild. But anyway, we arrived in Ghana and immediately we landed at the airport. Immediately we landed at the airport in Ghana and we sat in the car and I realized what I had done. Selling my house and taking the kids and not having, I have family in the US. There's a lot still going on here in the US. That connection is still there. But immediately we arrived, I thought, what the hell have I done? Oh my goodness. Like, what the actual heck? And then I had a panic attack at the airport on the way to the apartment. So I had rented a serviced apartment, fully furnished, for a soft landing at East Legon. The rent for that 2-bedroom apartment was $2,400. $2,400. But it had a lot of amenities that the kids enjoyed. I enjoyed living there. It was like living in a hotel for months. It's $2,400 a month. And a few months into it, I was like, yeah, this is not sustainable. As nice as it is, it's not sustainable. So we found an estate closer to where the house is going to be. And I wanted the kids to also have a feel of living at home. So I rented a house. I rented a fully furnished house, a 3-bedroom house. My mom is retired and she's in Ghana. She arrived, I think, 3 months before we did. And so she moved in with us. Now, a lot of people go to Ghana unplanned. I had a plan. And I had money. And my house was almost done. The structure was there. I just needed to do the finishing, But that's also the most expensive part. I did not ship anything. We did have some things shipped during the construction period. But as far as finishing, there was no furniture, no tile or anything was shipped from here to Ghana for the house, right? So I had to buy all of those things. Now, when the house was ready for us to move into, furniture. So my house has 5 bedrooms that have its own bathroom. And then there's an extra room, a bonus room that was upstairs that I used as my office for a little while. But the main office was supposed to be downstairs, which I ended up using it for storage. So 5 bedrooms, all with bathrooms, all required finishes. Your toilets, your sink, your showers, and things like that. All of that needed to be, sorry, my hands are getting tired. I'm walking and talking, taking my afternoon walk before the sunset. Anyway, so yes, finishing my house was very expensive. So I had a plan, and I had a decent amount of money. What I did not decide on before leaving was the amount of time we were actually going to spend living in Ghana. I just wanted us to get away. I wanted us to have the opportunity to hit that reset button, and give it a try to make home out of it. Now, I had some money put aside, and that could have lasted us for a while. But Ghana has a lot of uncertainties and a lot of things that you don't plan for that will knock you off your feet just like that. So anyway, I had planned, I had money. We could have been fine, right? A lot of things that we don't consider here as a huge issue can be a very expensive thing if you don't consider that. Anyway, my kids were being homeschooled here, and then I got them into traditional school, Cambridge school system, which I was paying about 10,000 cedis or so for every term. A little over 10,000 cedis per term just for the tuition. Whereas over here, you don't have to pay for tuition, right? So anyway, I'm going to stop for a second so I can catch my breath. We enjoyed Ghana. We did live in Ghana, but there were some times where we made decisions and lived our lives as if we were not in Ghana, which was a huge mistake. But when you have kids that are used to certain things, you can't completely cut them off like that. So once a while we will splurge, and I also think that while they adapted, they didn't fully grab the lifestyle and eating habits of a local Ghanaian. Everything was too damn spicy. Anyway, I was working. I started my consulting business full time in Ghana. I was doing it passively while I was in America, but I started consulting. And I still have clients in Ghana that I cater to on a daily basis. So I am working and I am making money to maintain my house and things like that in Ghana, so I don't have to send money from here to there since we've moved back. So long story short, we planned, but as Ghana will have it, we ran out of money at some point. Now, remember, I'm working as a consultant full time, where I was making about $2,000 a month, a fraction of what I would make on my day job if I were living in the US, right? I left my 6-figure job to go make like $2,000 on consultancy per month, which, and so, no, on the serious note, I had obligations here in the US still to take care of financially. That could not sustain us there, let alone have some spillover and convert it into dollars to take care of what needed to be taken care of here. So it was a complete financial decision. Not only that, but the type of resources my kids need for the type of programs they want to study in college is part of my reason for moving back to the US. Now, my house, I have a home in Ghana, so my monthly expenses were not that big of a deal, right? It was just pocket change, really. I had a vehicle in Ghana, so again, my expenses is not really the thing. But my house is huge, so my electricity bill was enough to absorb a good percentage of what I was bringing in monthly, right? Anyway, long story short, the biggest reason for wanting to leave Ghana to come back to the US is this. I'm a planner, I'm a strategizer, I'm a goal-oriented person. Ghana does not allow you the room to have a plan, to execute to perfection, and to see it to fruition. So many unnecessary obstacles will get in your way of achieving the smallest goal that you set. And I'm used to setting certain real difficult or real hard goals to achieve. So when I can't achieve small things at the time of which I want to, based on the timelines I've set, it's extremely frustrating. I come from a high performing background. Corporate America has taught me to stay on schedule, meet deadlines and things like that. So even working for myself as a consultant, hiring people to work with, and all that, I had a certain level of expectation, and I thought I was a very patient person. But then when it comes to the lifestyle, the culture, and the perception of people and the way people are and act, I think that it did not allow me to have plans, and I couldn't see a lot of my plans come to fruition because of all the obstacles that were getting in the way of that. Now, when it comes to financial goals, it was extremely difficult to achieve my financial goals also because the unforeseen, when it happens in Ghana, you have to cough out cash. There is no credit to supplement, right? So when you put cash aside, I could have 20,000 cedis in my closet at home, and in less than in a few days, something stupid will happen and then it's gone. Like a water system that I've set up in my house should not break down in less than 2 years of living there, where I need to cough up tens of thousands of cedis to replace it, right? So it's things like that. A new building like mine shouldn't have, had issues where I'm having to cough up a lot of money at a time to fix things, And so those unpredictable things that you can plan for are the things that really got in the way of enjoying being there and seeing some of the goals I had accomplished. Now, the bigger chunk of the decision to move back to America was for my kids, to ensure that I had established them in a sense that they have their formative years completely curated properly for them to have the future they desire and deserve. Okay? Say what you want, but I know the type of kids I have, and I know the type of what intellectual abilities they have, and what challenges they need to experience in order for them to get where they need to. So resources they need to get them where they need to are here. And it wouldn't cost me my whole life to give them that. The same resources will come to them in Ghana, limited, but extremely expensive where I can't afford that. And to me, it's like, this is basic, very basic. And so it defeats the purpose. I may be happy, but if my children are not happy and their future is not being carved in a way that they will be successful and be as competitive with the children all over the world, then I'm doing them a disservice. So while I enjoyed my time in Ghana, while I was making enough money in Ghana to take care of the little things, it is the unpredictable things, right, that we don't budget for. When you have a new home, there's so much that you don't have to do. Like in America, I had my home for about 6 years before selling it. I didn't have to do a lot of major things. And if I had to do a lot of major things, I think the most things I did was a furnace that had to be replaced, the AC system that had to replace, and me upgrading my kitchen. Those were planned for. Those had warranties as well. But there's no such thing like that in Ghana. So I had my home, I had a vehicle, I had my business, I was making money, but there were still some things that were lacking that to me and my family, I think that while we were ready for Ghana, I don't think Ghana is set up and ready for us to be successful. So you can know what you know and be successful in the West, but when you come to Ghana and you try to apply those things, you can fail miserably because the structures and the systems and the basic infrastructure and the basic necessities are not there to help you be successful. You have to create those infrastructures. You have to create those basic necessities. You have to do it all in order for you to be successful. So if you don't have that extra capital to pump into those minor things that we take for granted here in the US, your rate of success will be much lower. A lot of people have come with a lot of money and it's all gone down the drain and they have returned. I have returned on purpose. While I, as the mom, loved Ghana and I would thrive there and live my best life there, I think my children will end up suffering for it. And so for that reason, we're back in the US for now. And when things are the way we want them to, and there's a better plan in place and we have some cushion, the kids will remain here. They will visit, but they would remain here. This is what will work for our family. I may come see my clients and go, but I will not make Ghana my home for some time now. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with my property. At the moment, it's being taken care of. My mother has retired. She lives in Ghana. She's my next door neighbor, so she's keeping an eye on it for me. I haven't decided if I want to rent it out or not, but it's under good care. So we will visit and spend some extended time there, but that is not going to be home, at least for the moment. This is our truth. We enjoyed our time, but the place is not set up for the type of success we're looking for at this time. Who knows? For me, it was a great place to unwind, to reset, to kickstart my business into full gear. I have lifelong clients now. Thank God for that. I have my full-time job. Yes, I came back and I went straight to work. You know, what God cannot do does not exist. I am happy and I am thankful to God that I had the opportunity to come to Ghana, live there for 2 years on my own terms, have a great time. And when I was done, I was done. For now, I am done. I will be a bug guy for now, not a local until next time. All right. So if you're getting ready to go to Ghana and you're excited about it, be happy about it. It's an experience that is unforgettable. There are so many things that, I did there that, oh my gosh, money cannot buy those experiences. I loved my time there. Yes, there were annoying moments, there were crazy times, but I enjoyed myself so much that when it was time to go, I don't have to look back because I did it all. I did what I wanted to do. I had a good time. So if you're planning to go check it out. Have some fun. And when you're tired, who says you have to stay? Leave if you want to. When you're ready, go back. There's no formula. You have to make it work for you. Right? You have to make it work for you. It's your experience. Make it so. Good seeing you. Take care of yourselves. I'll be back with some more.